Hey everyone, welcome to the Mighty Ducks Season 1, Episode 8 Game Changers Review. I am Ben, and I'm joined by Sean. How are you doing today, Sean?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you again. This has been a pleasure to actually do these reviews with you guys. This is actually one of my favorite shows to review with everyone for the first season of the Mighty Ducks, the Game Changers. Here's the thing: I really liked episode 8. To be honest with you, it's called Change on the Fly, and basically what winds up happening is Nick is he winds up scoring his winning game. Not only that, but they're also on a hot trail now. Now they're actually winning games. We see them take down the Hawks. We see them gaining more momentum as the season starts out and everything too. And also too, Coach Alex is also starting to get the big hit in this episode as well. And like I mentioned before, the team celebrates Nick's first goal and winning the game. After the game, some girls in the stands are paying attention to the home fathers, and Nick thinks that they're looking at him, but in reality, they are looking at Logan at the same time. And Nick's moms congratulate Alex on the win with a homemade hashtag T-shirt that says "Putting fun first." Alex is flattered and asks for the saying on a mug, which they end up giving her later on in the episode. So I really have to say I like that whole entire thing. Now we actually have a little bit of a transformation that Coach Alex was actually a part. She was like, "Well, I don't want this win mentality of win any way you can kind of mentality, and letting everything focus on winning. This is supposed to be made just to have fun." And now her transformation reminds me of D2, the Mighty Ducks, when we actually have the transformation of Gordon Bombay when he starts to having that big head on him and everything. What did you think?
I, um, I absolutely agree with you. By the way, you might want to tilt up your camera. You're like, you're like, there we go. Oh,
Is that
good.
good?
Okay, yeah. I agree with you. I had that same thought. They're taking her down that D2 road. Same exact thing as Bombay. And the question is, what do you think is going to snap her out of it? What's going to
Hmm.
bring her back? Do you, do
I'm gonna have
you
to say,
think, no, after you.
no. Go on ahead. Continue with the question, and I'll go ahead and answer both.
I was just going to say, are we going to see Bombay snapping at coach for
Mm.
temporarily? Like, if Evan has his way, he's going to fire his mom. Do you think that's going to happen?
I don't think it's gonna come down to him. Here's the thing: I don't think he's gonna fire his mom. I think he's gonna go to Coach Bombay and ask for a solution to this problem. Because don't forget, Coach Bombay also faced the same situation with Hendricks and D2, the Mighty Ducks, and everything, where he was getting the big head and everything. At first, it was becoming to the whole thing with just winning, not just winning, but just having fun. And then it went from just having fun to him being sponsored by Hendrix and seeing the transformation of that whole entire side. Because then we see the marketing, we see the sponsorships, we see all that other stuff, and Bombay gets lost in between everything. It took the assistant, the pediatric nurse to go ahead and say, "Hey, look, what you're doing to these kids is wrong," and everything. It
Right.
was supposed to be for fun, and here you are not making it fun for them. You're making them work 10 times harder. Now, Coach Alex is doing the same thing to Don't Bothers. So I don't think that we're gonna see him fire his mom. I think he's gonna
Okay.
look. I'm really am thinking that they're gonna look through Bombay to help fix the situation.
Okay. We should also bring up the B plot of this episode where um I forget that kid's name. Not
Nick,
the podcast kid.
yeah, Nick, yep.
Nick. How Nick and Gordon Bombay helps um that kid learn how to skate. What did you think of that?
I definitely loved it, to be honest with you. I liked how Nick was envious of the other player and everything. He was jealous of him because he has all the looks, he's got the hair, he's got everything, and Nick is celebrating his first goal and his first win, and they felt like that was actually being taken away from him because of the popularity of the other kid on the team. And I keep forgetting his name myself, but you know, I do feel like here's the thing. I definitely love that background that the kid tells him. He goes, "Dude, why are you envy of me? Why are you jealous of me? I'm jealous of you. You think I like cooking? You think I like that?" He goes, "I'd like to just go on ahead and have someone that's going to be there for me, and that's what you have. You have a family. You have two parents that love you. I don't have that." And it just goes to show you, and this goes back into the whole Cobra Kai thing where uh basically Daniel thought because of the fact that Johnny had nice things and stuff like that, he came from a place of a loving family and he had it all. And it turns out just because if you live in a nice home does not mean that you have everything. Just like how if you have all the looks and everything else, you don't have everything if you don't have family or anything else to backing you. So you just never know what somebody else's family is going through until they actually go through it. But I definitely love how he mentions that and how they made that bond together.
Yeah, I really liked it too. I'm liking all the kids more and more every week. Their bond seems to be growing, and I am starting to get that feeling from the Mighty Ducks movies. I'm starting to get the feeling with those kids. If that
Right.
makes sense.
Yeah, that totally makes sense, to be honest with you. And I want to also mention this though too. I love the whole entire coaching aspect of Bombay teaching him how to, because remember Nick is the one who brought it up. If it wasn't for Nick, he wouldn't have even thought about going onto the ice with the spatula in the first place.
Right.
So it was Nick's doing that made Bombay go ahead and try him out with the spatula out on the ice. Because remember, he said, "Well, too bad you can't flip pancakes out on the ice." And then that's when Bombay goes, "Come with me. Bring the spatula when you're done." And he teaches him how to skate, teaches him how to pick up the puck and everything. He gains some momentum, gains some confidence in himself. I definitely like that as well. Uh, what else did you like on it?
I mean, I found it interesting that what is her name? Is it Sam?
Yeah, Sam.
I like how she said to Evan, I left the Ducks because I wasn't happy. And now with your mom changing, this is becoming the Ducks 2.0. I don't
Right.
like that. We got
Right.
to, I like how all the kids are like, we have to do something about the mom. We have to get her back to why she started this team to begin with, to have fun.
Right. Even when Evan had that sit down with her at the pizza parlor, it was like she wasn't even listening to him.
Right.
And also too, I like how Sam mentions her parents for the whole entire power food thing, which is the same thing that her mom calls it. Is the
Right.
power and calls it something else. And then also too, her parents were getting into Alex's head and everything
Right.
too. And that's also what's causing this whole entire thing, because the other woman doesn't feel threatened by Alex at all. She just thinks that she's just laughing stock, if you think about it. She doesn't think of her as a threat. But she did make a good play at that meeting that she had, though, to where she could actually stand on her own a little bit. But still, even then, you have to do a lot more than just make one move to let someone know, hey, look, I'm not going to take your crap anymore.
I think they're going to build to that by the end. I think by the end of the season, I should say, I think Alex is going to stand up for herself. And there's going to be a power play at the work where it's going to change dynamics between them for the next season.
Right, exactly. And I feel like this. You remember when Bombay quacked at his boss?
Yes. I love that.
Me too. I think that it's gonna play out on the same way. Not her quacking at her boss or anything like that, but I think it's gonna be on an emotional level where she's just getting tired of just eating her crap all the time. And
Yeah,
everything.
I think. Yeah.
Oh, go on ahead, Ben. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, yeah, I think so too. I think she might even get, I'm predicting, she might even get her job. Something's going to happen where she's either going to get promoted and I forgot her name. What's her name?
I forgot her boss's name, to be honest with you. But she's just not a very nice lady. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm just hoping that if they do offer her the promotion, I'm hoping it's not during the time that she's going through all this other stuff with the team. I'm hoping because that's gonna draw more of an ego on her than anything.
Well, let me ask you this real quick.
Okay.
Do you think this ego trip Alex is on, do you think it's going to last more than one episode?
I think it's only going to last one episode, to be honest with you. It's going to last. Don't forget, we're already done with this episode. So she's already been through this story arc right here through one episode. So it's going to follow her into the next episode the way it ended. Because it didn't end on like a happy note like we saw all the other all 7 episodes. It ended on kind of like a really bad, sad note kind of thing.
Yeah, right.
So I'm thinking that Bombay is going to talk to her and have a heart-to-heart with her and everything too. Because I don't like the fact that and I agree with Brandy, I don't like when the mom started just being about winning and everything else, because that's not how they started off to be. They started off just to have fun. And then now all of a sudden it's now about the camps. It's all about everything the Ducks were doing. And then also too, Coach T, she even mentions Coach T to him, to the kids. And he goes, what would Coach T do if something like that would have happened? They won the game. Regardless of the fact that she didn't want the other kid in or whatever, they still won the game. And that was a good play on Bombay, because Bombay was telling her, you need to put him in.
Yeah, that bothered me that she didn't want that kid in. I mean, they made the team so everybody could play. And I guess it all goes on that ego trip that she was on. And I agree with you. I think by the end of episode 8 or 9 coming up.
I have a feeling it's going to be probably this episode, or like you said, episode 9, that she's going to snap out of it. I'm hoping she snaps out of it. Otherwise, she's going to lose everything. And then also, too, does that also bring up the point that Bombay might actually be the head coach, since now she has that big ego trip? But I don't want him to be the head coach. I want him to be more the assistant coach and let her be the one who is up front and center.
I'm predicting your head coach one game. And then by the end of that game, Alex will be back.
I'm hoping. Because another thing, too, that I want to mention is this. Remember when she's being interviewed?
Yeah.
And this also goes back to the Hendrix thing. It actually it's like a play-by-play exactly what Bombay went through. Because he went through the interviews. He went through the sponsorship with Hendrix. He went through the cutout guy, which is the same thing that Coach T did with the reunion episode when we see the cutout picture of him. So we've seen like little nods towards this kind of thing already happening. And then also too, I liked how the kids are like, how they actually have their good luck socks and their magic socks. They have their own little game thing now going on too.
Right. Well, I wanted to bring up that sock thing. What did you think of that, the socks? Yeah,
Uh,
what did you think of that?
to be honest with you, every sport has some type of thing. Don't sit in my spot. If you sit in my spot, it's bad luck. If you sit in my spot, or oh, because this person behind me is not the original person that's sitting behind me, therefore we're gonna lose now. Or if I just go ahead, wear my hat a different way because that's actually what made them win the trophy in the first place. That's what's going to make them win this go round. So everybody has their own, even in the locker rooms, they have their own little silly things that they all go through and everything. I thought it was really good. It just shows the chemistry and the character build that they have for each other. Because remember before, they didn't really have that chemistry, that build of a team. Now they're actually showing their own. They're actually together. They're actually having that chemistry with one another to where they have these little small funny things with the socks and everything else. Even with the goalie wearing the sock on his head instead.
It definitely feels like they're a unit now. It feels like they're unified as a team, and
Mhm.
I love that. I think okay, it's time. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And it was a great episode.
Mhm.
Anything else you wanted to bring up?
There's only one little thing, and that's just the part where she goes, "Well, what would have Tosh T would have done if he saw what you did?" And everything. He would have just went on ahead, knocked over this trash can right here. He would have just went on ahead, knocked over these the hockey sticks and everything,
Right,
and she knocks him over. But then at first you can see a little hints of Alex of like, "Oops, I didn't mean to do that."
right.
And then she just walks off like nothing even happened. So it's basically light side, dark side playing conflict with each other.
Well, here's the thing. Do you think she walks off because she didn't care? Or do you think she walks off because she realizes what she's becoming?
That's a good point, Ben. I didn't think about that. Because I was just thinking that she was just acting like Coach T and just walking off and not caring. I didn't think of it the other way around, of her coming to her senses as to what she's doing. That's actually a good point. I didn't think about that.
I, yeah, I was trying to see the next scene because I'm wondering if she woke up because of that.
Hmm.
Like, I'm wondering if she snapped herself out of it.
I hope she snaps herself out of it. If not, I have a feeling Bombay will.
Oh, yeah. If she doesn't do it by halfway through next episode, Bombay will come through and knock her, knock her point, center straight.
I think so
Maybe,
too.
maybe, just maybe, you'll get a Hendrix name drop from Team 2.
Hmm.
Maybe
That's an
he'll
inter-
say, maybe he'll say, I went through this when this
Yep.
happened to me in Team 2. I've been there, I know what it's like, and it's not the way. You have to come back
That's what I
to
want to see, Ben. To be honest with you, that's what I want to see. That's the Bombay that I want to see. Because normally he lets them try and solve their own problems here and there.
right.
With this situation, I feel like he needs to be the one that knocks her straight.
Yeah, me too. And the more I'm saying that, the more I want to see it happen.
Same. But I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Did you see the sneak peek or anything like that for the upcoming
No,
show?
I missed it. Did you?
No, I didn't even get a chance to see that one. So
Okay.
was there
Well,
anything else you wanted to cover?
I think that's everything I did. Well, do you have any other predictions for the next episode?
Other than I think that Bombay's going to have a talk with her. Of course, we know that they're going to go into state, everything too, So there's that.
I still say in the season finale, I still say we're going to get a Charlie name drop somehow.
I agree with you on that one. I really do.
I will stand by it. I won't say it every week. I think he will be the reason that the North Brothers become the Ducks again. I think he will have a hand in getting that name back for Alex MMA.
I'd like to see that. To be honest with you, I would love to see that come back. To be honest with you, and have Coach Alex as the head of it,
Yeah.
and Bombay becoming the assistant coach. You know, I think that'd be awesome.
Well, I think on that note, I think we're going to write down. Sean, where can everyone find you?
Okay, so everybody, you guys can go on ahead and find me at Schmoes of the North on Saturdays with Ben, of course, at 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific Time. And what we do is we just go on ahead, we talk about Schmoes, Mount Schmoedown.
Yeah.
And talk about some of the old matches from back in the day and how compared to the new matches, and that's what we do over here at Schmoes of the North for Mount Schmoedown. Another thing too, guys, is if you guys want to go ahead and go over to my movie Lovers Unite YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, I just got done doing a movie review of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That episode is going to drop tomorrow morning at 11:30 Central Time, 12:30 Eastern. For everybody that's curious about when that's going to drop. And go on ahead, give me a like, give me a share over there. For all your entertainment needs and wants, just go ahead, head over to www.movieloversunite.com. If you want to donate to my page, feel free to do so by going to www.gofundme.com/Movie Lovers Podcast. And of course, go on ahead, get an audio only podcast of wherever you guys get your podcast from. You guys can also follow me on Instagram as well, under Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite over there, and on Facebook underneath the same name, and then of course on Pinterest as well. And then you can follow me at Movie Lovers Unite on Stereo, and underneath the same name, of course, on Twitter. And then of course, if you guys want to reach out to me, just go to movieloversunite@gmail.com.
Awesome. And you can find me right here on Schmoes of the North, like Sean said, on Mount Schmoedown every Saturday. You can also find me at Media Spanish Network YouTube every Tuesday on Shooting the Breeze, every Friday on Recapping the Past, and every Saturday on Get Ready, our flagship show where we count down our top 5 favorite of a topic. It's always a fun time, and I guess you can catch me every Monday for the next few weeks on this Mighty Ducks Cake Changes review. So until next week, I am Ben, and
I'm John.
And quack,
Quack, quack.
Quack, quack. We'll see you next week. All right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.